Welcome back to the Black and Gold Report. Again, talking to head cross-country coach Gary Aycock. Coach, we've talked about the men's side of things. Let's talk about the women. The women have qualified as a team. They finished a disappointing third in the Peach Belt Championship, but third in the regionals as well, and the top three qualify for the NCAA Championship. Talk about sort of the difference between the women and how they did in the Peach Belt versus how they did in the regionals to qualify.
Well, I would have to argue with the disappointing third, because now we can always armchair quarterback the season at this point. And it amazed me in both races how well the Peach Belt teams have been racing. Going into the conference meet, I thought it was going to be a dogfight for the top three positions, and I really underestimated Clayton State and Columbus State. Knowing that we would see them again in the regionals, we just tried to set our goals on, hey, let's try to be one of those top three spots and get a plane flight to Missouri for nationals. Livia Mahaffey, great run at the Peach Belt Championships. The girls as a whole ran well. We talked about what we didn't do so well in Peach Belt and tried not to repeat those same mistakes at regionals. Regionals was an incredible day in the history of UNCP women's cross country, and I wish every Braves fan could feel the excitement that these girls felt before the gun went off. There was some nervousness up there. Again, it was just energy in the air, and when the gun went off, the women led a charge and were actually winning the race through the first half. And our freshmen, Kendall Boykin and Savannah Fornshell, just stepped up. You would have never been able to pick them as freshmen out of a crowd in this race, because they raced a tremendous race. And again, there was so much time, it seemed like there was 30 minutes post-race before they posted the results. And I walked up to the result board as the meet director was posting the results, and I could see him fumbling pages as he's taking them to the result board, and I saw that we were in the third place spot. So I just turned around and just walked back over to the team tent, and I think it was Annette Sem that walked up to me first, and she said, "So how do we do?" I said, "We're going to Missouri." And then it just we went crazy with the fans that were there cheering for us, and the women were just super excited to accomplish this season.
And this is the first time in UNCP history that a team cross country has qualified for NCAA, so it's definitely historic, as you said. And correct me if I'm wrong, but Clayton and Columbus both also qualified as well, did they not?
Sure.
So we'll be seeing them again in the nationals.
Right. The only thing that flip-flopped at regionals was Columbus did defeat Clayton to win the women's team title. The top three teams go to nationals, and all three of those teams are from the Peach Belt Conference, which is exciting as well.
Yeah, I mean, you sort of answered this question, but the ladies definitely have to be excited about participating. It's taking place on November the 17th, which is the day that this program airs in Joplin, Missouri. So the locker room has to be really excited right now. They're on pins and needles, I can imagine.
Sure, absolutely. In preseason training, I had them make basically a goal poster of what they wanted to see accomplished as far as the team goes for this season. And the last part of their path, they did a path that would weave through the season and make it little icons at different points in the season, and going to nationals was one of the last goals. Definitely accomplished each of those goals, and they're very excited. Again, thrilled that high energy right now, and we're ready to go race the national championship.
But it doesn't end right there. I'm sure that they have expectations at the tournament as well. What are you expecting from the ladies in Missouri?
We for the most part, our training peaked us out at regionals, so we're trying to hold on to that race peak. We set up a goal to beat Columbus State and Clayton State, our Peach Belt competitors in the national championships. Again, if we can do that, then I think that we've made progress into the nationals.
Well, how much of the ladies team do you lose this year? You seem to be bringing back a large nucleus on your team. Livia, of course, is a graduating senior. Just like with Pardon, how difficult is it going to be to replace Livia? And what do you got coming back next year? Right.
Well, Livia does graduate, as well as Annette Sem and Blair Long. And Livia, it's going to be tough to replace Livia, just as it will Pardon, because she brings so much to the team chemistry and everything we do on and off the course. But recruiting is a big part of a collegiate program's success, and again, we look to reload come next fall, and definitely with the progression of our freshman athletes, we're gonna be good at next year as well, and I'm excited about the future.
That leads me to the next question then. Talk a little bit about the overall state of UNCP cross country. This is what, your fourth year here, if I remember correctly. You have to be happy with the mark that the school has made over the sport in your tenure here, and how much better can the teams get?
Well, I'm really pleased with the progress both the men's and women's programs have made since I've been here. I set up a goal for myself as well as the teams when I was hired, that we would either try to win a conference championship or qualify for a national championship before I graduated my first recruiting class. And this is the fourth year. It was the women's year, and they're taking UNCP to a national championship. you know, moving forward, hopefully we've established our team and our reputation as one of the best teams in the southeastern part of the country. The results say so, and we're going to continue using that in the recruiting process and hope to get some young talent year after year and keep things rolling.
Fantastic, Coach. We wish you and your players and your runners the best of luck at the NCAAs, and we'd love to see you come back with some hardware.
Thank you very much.
That's all the time that we have for this week's edition of the Black and Gold Report. Until next week, go Braves.